Male users of Reddit, what is the most annoying thing about being a guy? The way pee sprays in unpredictable directions sometimes. Used to be getting random boners at inappropriate times. Now, it's not being able to get a boner at appropriate times. Peeing, then shaking it, even dabbing the tip with a square of tissue but still dribbling a little piss in my drawers. Also, ass hair. Always being expected to make the first move towards the woman. Adjusting my nuts in inappropriate places. Edit. This is my highest rating comment, tie all for the karma, appreciate it. When you are single you are supposed to be the aggressor, but not too aggressive, and that amount varies according to the girl. Some women prefer to be the aggressor, but that's rare. Trying to take a shit early in the morning whilst having an erection. But that's just the beginning, you then have to hold your schlong so it doesn't touch the water, because there's this unknown fear of what could happen to it when in contact with the forbidden water. Could it fell off? Nobody knows, we may never know. I hate shaving my face so often. The fact no matter how hard I try I always catch myself staring at boobs. Getting very few no compliments from my so. I want to be told nice things about myself too. Dealing with other men. The number of testosterone poisoned, porcelain figurine fragile ego having bastards seems endless. Being horny practically all the time. It affects the way I think and behave. Sometimes I want to be productive and focus on other things, but my brain is having none of it. It's like a generalized anxiety, but on my dick. Society's view of what's masculine when you're a straight small male that doesn't try to be super masculine. Shopping for clothes. I've noticed in every clothing store, we have this small corner in the back of the store for our clothes, then the rest of the store is 95% female clothing. Not being able to talk about our emotions. Like hello, hi, I am a human being who would like to talk about their problems without the feeling of being judged. Having to feel I have to stay quiet about the way I feel about my body. Singleness. Wanting something that's out of my REACH companionship. Life would be so much easier if I simply did not want a girlfriend. It's not like women are to blame. I don't resent anyone other than myself for it. But I hate that I want something that is out of my ability to control. It's inconvenient and causes a lot of suffering. The expectations of being strong, tough or whatever. Knowing that when I get older I will have a ball sack that resembles two golf balls banging around in a old worn-out sock. Can't wait for that. Absent-minded dick touching. I'll be fondling myself and not even realize it, and when I do notice I feel like a piece of shit. The stigma that every time I talk to a woman I don't know I automatically want to date them. Like fuck, maybe I like talking to women because men don't open up about feelings and women actually listen, just looking for a friend man. Tough guys always looking for a fight. People instantly assuming you're a pedophile when you try to talk to younger girls. Like, can't I just be nice? Girls aren't judged when they talk to younger guys. Random boners at the worst possible times. Not being socially acceptable to carry a purse. Like, yeah, I'd love to always have my earbuds, phone charger, deodorant, small cologne sampler, and be able to store my keys, wallet, and phone without either stabbing my legs with keys when the pants are tight or having my phone slip out when I'm getting out of cars with loose-fitting pants. I can think of so many things I'd bring in my man purse. Edit. I understand that men can carry backpacks, messenger bags, satchels, etc. My point is that none of these are good as a catch-all solution. Going to work, a day on the town, or hanging with people, sure. Going to the movies? Maybe some. Going to a nice dinner? Now it's weird. It's more acceptable for younger people, but the older the person, the less normal it is. Expectations of the society, which will inevitably and conveniently vary based on the circumstances, and more often than not, once fulfilled, you'd still be largely uncredited for, since that's what men guys are supposed to do. Never being approached by women. I'm sure it also has to do a lot with looks, but I can't really change that, and multiple back-to-back rejections make you less interested in trying to initiate, you just feel like a bother at a certain point. Wow, our dicks really run our lives, don't they, boys? I would say depends on age, but for the most part of younger life till 40, being constantly obsessed with sex and the need to shag. Sometimes you just need a break, also it's a huge distraction and energy and money grabber. When it gets hot out and our ping pongs stick to the inside of our leg like tennis balls onto Velcro. You're expected to just deal with a lot of things that girls would get help with. Living in fear of being labeled as a creep or pervert for trying to talk to a girl. Not remembering everything that has ever happened in the past during our relationship. My father stripped me naked and beat me with his belt as punishment when I misbehaved, whereas my sister just got grounded. All the societal pressure that on you to initiate, fix, pay, provide, etc. Sexism on both sides. Either women holding double standards, not all women, or being ashamed of those males who are sexist. Bit more than annoying, but having no emotional support. You have depression? You're edgy. Someone died? Get over it. You have a passion? No one cares. You have to be the one to ask a girl out. This is absolute torture for introverts like me. Being horny all the time. It makes you feel really guilty about it, which if you didn't know, is very bad for your mental health. You can't watch your children without getting funny looks. Everyone you speak to isn't friendly and just want to get out of the conversation. You are always seen as the predator. False rape accusations that can ruin and end someone's entire life, you pretty much have no say in it, you're just sent to jail with nothing else said. When a man is raped, which is way more common than you think, no one takes this seriously because men can't get raped. You are supposed to be the tough guy. You can't like feminine stuff, or else you get picked on constantly. You can only dress a certain way. Ladies can wear guys' clothes and nobody will bat an eye, but if a man wears a dress or makeup, people start flipping out for some reason. When you get married, you can't have friends, your wife will most likely get mad for spending time with anyone but you. You are expected to be the person to give a lady gifts, but they most likely won't give you anything in return. Women constantly saying stuff like men are so useless or men are disgusting pigs all the time, but as soon as we say they are biased about everything we do is apparently the most discriminating thing ever. Having a D and balls sucks more than you'd think. Men are actually victims of domestic violence a whole ton, but they can't say anything about it because no one takes them seriously. If your wife is abusive and you decide to divorce, she is most likely to get custody of the children so she can abuse the kids. Boldness. Some can make it work for them, but most can't. Assuming everything doesn't mean anything to me. Like I love my friends and girlfriend, I like my stuff, people don't seem to get that. Not being able to get people to buy me drinks cause of my dick. Shaving. No matter how close you shave, you're scratchy. Normally, that's fine, but you really can't get smooth enough for a lady friend. I can do a nice wet shave with 4 passes, and my wife will still complain that I'm scratchy. I don't even have a heavy beard. I just have really stiff hair in the goatee area. I even had a barber give me a nice wet shave the other day and he gave up. He criticized me for having bristly hair. It's better if I keep a few days of stubble. That's less scratchy apparently. I know women shave much larger area. I understand. I shave my armpits, recommend for all men, it's awesome. That lasts for days and is pretty easy. Shaving one's face sucks. It's like shaving a scrub brush. The automatic assumption that we should be the ones responsible for handling the vast majority of physically demanding or otherwise difficult or unpleasant tasks in virtually any scenario involving both men and women. Being treated like a criminal until proven otherwise. Having to make the first move. Assumptions. Around kids? You're suspicious, dangerous or incapable, or worse. Around women? You're a pig, a pervert, violent, dangerous. At work? You don't have a life or kids, you're obviously big and strong, you can work another shift, let Karen go home early for her Botox treatment. In the news? You're evil, you're part of the patriarchy, it's all your fault, you should be ashamed, you're just as responsible for things that happened 100 years ago, you need to check your privilege and do more. In court? You're the man, it's your fault, you're not maternal, you're working too many hours to see your kids that often. I'm just a happily married dude who likes to coo like a moron at my local raccoons and deer alongside my wife. I've never done anything to anyone, not a criminal or dangerous, and I don't bother folk. Cut me some slack, damn it. When you accidentally cut your penis off and have to duct tape it back on. Accidentally sitting on my nuts. Getting asked some version of this question every 3 days, followed by the inevitable woman's version. I wish my genitals retracted into my body when not in use. He's always just there and it's annoying. Also all the fucking hair. I have to medicate before getting the courage to shave my little Olay butthole. Surprise funeral boners. Balls. Balls are extremely annoying. You sit on them, they itch, the sweat. Sometimes they get caught or squeezed accidentally, and they need almost constant adjustments. And they have pubes, which are annoying on their own. Balls are really horrible things, honestly. Always having to move my lil guy so it isn't uncomfortable.